Hey, welcome to Rise of the Demigods. I struggle with my microphone. It's good to see everyone. Let's go around the table and introduce ourselves one by one, starting with Amity.
Hi, I'm Orla. My pronouns are she, her, and I play Amity, the halfling demigod of redistribution.
Excellent. And Diamond.
Hi, my name's James. My pronouns are he, him, and I am playing Diamond, the demigod of trash.
Thank you for that follow, and thank you, Diamond. And Magnuson.
Hi, I'm Chris. My pronouns are he, him, and I play Magnuson, the demigod of redemption.
Excellent. And down to Yara.
Hi, I'm Tyler. I'm playing Yara, the demigod of stewardship. My pronouns are he, him. Hers are she, they.
Excellent. And last but not least, Ashrin.
Hi, I'm Mary. I'm playing Ashen Omaris, the demigod of strands. My pronouns are she or they. And can I do my thing, Aram?
Yeah, absolutely.
I have Godsfall masks now that are live for you to buy.
They're pretty excellent.
And if you want 20% off, you just use Godsfall, and I'll put the link in chat, and it's also on Twitter.
Nice.
So,
yep.
lovely Godsfall masks.
They look awesome. I cannot wait to wear mine.
The design is Aram approved.
Yeah. Well, approved as much as I was like, here, I found some logos. I'm sorry it took me so long to get them to you, and then you did something nice with them. But I appreciate
Oh, no, I meant the actual design of the masks. Like the
Little strap.
the strap thing.
Thank you for that subscription.
And then update on the art contest is still going on Twitter. If you've been listening the last couple of weeks, because of how the episodes are kind of late on rolling out, I'm going to extend it another month. And I'm not going to post anything on Twitter because I never do. So just go to @awfulmonk, AWFULMONK. And the details are there. I've talked about it before. Let's play the game.
I'll share the links as well, so we will see those. I'll share those right after the show wraps up. And unfortunately, we had a little bit of an audio drop last week as I forgot to click a button when we came back from break. So we're going to do a recap, which I believe this week is being done by Ashrin. Is that correct?
I think so.
Excellent. So you will get advantage for doing the recap.
Hey, Tommy, is the audio better now? Okay. Yes, so I will do the recap. Hold on. I wrote a little bit of it. Let me pull it up.
Excellent. Wait, we just decided you were doing it now. Did you just write it now?
Yeah, like in
Nice.
the last 10 minutes.
All right, nice.
So this recap is titled Ashrin and the Terrible, Horrible, No Good, Very Bad Day. For those of you who read that book as a child.
Yeah.
So the first problem is that she had this vision where Rappel was a dick and tried to hurt her and her sister. And so she got injured and ran. There were also pastries.
That was the good part.
That was the good part. Yes, that was the good part of the day.
Yeah.
She came back and appeared in a bunch of spiders, which was also bad.
Yeah.
So the spiders also happened to be, what did I write down? We learned that they were all inhabited by rich people from Ani using VR headsets.
Right. Yes, basically. Yeah.
Let's see. So she feeds everyone pastries. Diamond discovers our coins are conjuration magic. So then we step through the tunnel into the desert. Oh, I did have a question, Aram.
Yeah.
When I cut the thing with the glowworm on it,
Yeah.
did I still have the glowworm? Or
No,
did that disappear?
That disappeared as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we step into the desert where there's a bunch of trouble. The main one being Aram losing our audio.
Yes, that is trouble. It's hard if you can't hear it. It's just and the sad part was I had mine, so it was just me
Right.
responding to nothing, just these large
It was
gaps.
a bunch of Ineos talking.
Yeah.
So let's see. A sandworm then ate a camel that we were thinking of using. So we booked it.
Settled that.
Yeah, fuck that.
Option 2.
Let's see. Amity and Ashrin decide to bridge, and we managed to cut the Union's control over the sandworm.
Yeah.
And the sandworm disappeared, and in its place was a very large bear named Ineos, who Yar is familiar with. Let's see. Then Appa carries us through the desert. I mean, Ineos carries us through the desert.
Yeah. Land Appa.
Yes, yes. There's at the cliff. Ineas disappears when he is done taking us there. Drosti appears, which is also one of Yara's friends.
Yep. All these are
and we
giant
eventually-
versions of themselves as well.
Right.
Yeah.
So like all 5 of our characters can fit on their backs.
Yeah.
Which is large. Then Drosti flew us to the Naani city,
Right. Notni.
like behind a mountain. Naani.
Yeah. It's
Yes.
part of Ani, but
Right.
it's like a mountain. Yeah.
Right, where there's a festival going on with weird lights that weren't there before, and Amity and Ashra know that it's kind of Ani, but kind of not.
Yeah.
And there's this big ring in the sky going overhead. And then in Nautni, there was a canal boat with Para and Zion on it,
Yes.
which is
Well, hovering
125
slightly above it, but
years
yes.
too early.
Yes. Yes. Absolutely.
And then we all cursed at Aram and left the podcast.
Yeah. That's a good way to end it. Just being angry and cursing at me. It's perfect.
I want
Yeah, pretty
I want
much.
to add that canonically, you said that that was the first bridge
Yes.
that ever happened
Yes.
ever.
Correct.
We
That was the first time the
We
bridge ever
invented
happened.
it. We the OG.
Bridges.
Yes, you
And
guys
it was a
invented
very
the bridge.
good bridge. You and I rode
It was
very
a good
well.
bridge. That's the
So
thing. It's like it went
good.
really well the first time, which is why everyone thought it was a good idea after that. It never
And
went so
Ashton did
well.
a very good job cutting the
Sorry,
cutting the union off.
RV.
So
we
Loki,
proved-
Yara destroys the world.
And
Yeah.
we proved we could wrestle power from the Union.
Yes, very
Yes.
temporarily, took a lot of effort. But yeah, you were able to wrestle control of the Union and either, I don't know, turn off the sandworm, however you want to like phrase that, like, you know, disconnect the generated sandworm with the rest of the Union. Yeah.
Well, it was Ash and
got the
Amity,
code.
so I viewed it as redistributing it.
Right, exactly.
The strands.
Yeah, you managed to somehow redirect what's going on around you. Absolutely, kind of reshaped your
Stole our
reality.
enablers cable.
Yeah, you hacked the cable. Exactly.
We removed it from the Union network and
Right.
added it to ours. It's,
Right.
You know.
Yeah, you liberated it.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So
For the proletariat.
So you guys are on top of this mountain. You're about half a mile up and above the city. It's not a large mountain, but it's a very tall mountain, and it's formed kind of like at this angle, as if like a shard exploded out from the land that the city is on. There are a couple paths down from where you are. It's a bit windy up here. It's a bit chilly. The air as you go up with this giant storm that now surrounds you, you can just see the edges of it all around you, and this lightning crackling above it. Oh, we lost a camera. They'll be back in a second. I'll probably have to shift you all around. But so there's this, you know, whirling energy all around you, and it kind of like makes the air up where you are a little colder than it would be normally. But yeah, just lean into wherever your box is. Look, Amity is now a two-headed cyclops.
Yeah, Orla and I are part of the same being now. We've become Siamese twins.
Why don't we do this? Why don't we take a quick break until everyone's
Already?
back?
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, just to make sure, because I don't want anyone missing out, and then we'll jump right back into it. Give us like five minutes, and we should be set back up.
Sorry, everyone.
See you in a second.
Oh,
That was
man.
worth it just for the baby. Gorla. Get ready. We might be the same still. Who knows?
All right. And
Darn.
yeah, everyone's in the wrong place, but we're back.
I'm demigod of trash again.
Yes, you are. Okay. Hang on.
Hey, at least I still know what ID is.
Right. All right. So let's.
I've traded out my mind to go live in the woods.
That's fair. Okay. So.
And be a Disney princess.
Wait, I have a sister now. Yes.
A twin sister.
All right, Ashrin is now in the right place. That's
Well,
right.
that's
We
gonna
need
be
to just steal each
awkward.
other's backstories.
The bummer is like I named all the cameras, right? Because I'm dumb. And so now all the cameras are named the wrong things. Because,
Oh no!
right? So I should have named it camera 1 and camera 2. But no, I didn't. That was dumb. So now I'm like, who the hell is who? Okay, wait,
Hey, you
there we
did
go.
promise us a body swap.
Yeah, well,
episode
yeah,
or something like that.
yeah. It'll be like I'll have it ready, and then it'll just kick in randomly whenever we lose a camera and
Yes.
come back.
And every
this,
time we
this
go
who
to
you are.
yeah, we'll come back.
What
with
it
a
is
different
what it
person.
is that Aram will just leave the call and then come back immediately, and we'll all be scrambled afterwards. So
The only
Right.
problem with that is that I'll have to learn a not bard in D&D, which I don't know.
All right, so
That could add to it.
we're
That's
back.
true.
Now, you all are on this mountain, and below you is the city, about half a mile down. There's clearly a festival going on. You can see this huge canal that cuts through the city that wasn't there before, that ends at a palace at the feet of the mountain that you're currently on. There's also these massive walls, these gorgeous ivory walls that seem to radiate magical energy all around this city that didn't exist before. And most importantly, where there was land, there is now an inland sea. And Ani, instead of being the capital of the northern part of this land, sits on an island all to itself with its walls almost at the edges.
So we've transferred from a desert to an oasis, or is it?
You went from desert to a cliff to a sea to Ani.
Okay.
Yeah.
to an island on me.
Island
Can I
Ani.
ask, in the pre-Gods War Ani that I would have known,
Yeah.
the poorer areas, because I know in Godsfall time there is that conflict of like if you're living inside the walls or not, and there's like the issue of
Yes.
farming and that sort of thing. Before the Gods War, would there still have been like slums outside the main city, and like poorer areas would have still been further out?
Yeah.
And how much of that is in where there's a sea now?
I would say so. There was always rural areas outside. Most got eaten up, and then what was left was basically shifted and controlled by the city. So there are farms out there on the outside, but everything is regulated by Ani in order to maximize yield, because that's the whole point. They just have to maximize as much food as possible. So there
I'm
are.
more thinking
Sorry.
from Amity's point of view, looking down at the city.
Yeah.
With the poorer areas that she knew, would they be gone?
Yeah.
Or are
that's
they
all
still
gone.
there?
Yes. Everything.
That's just
yeah.
just gone.
Yeah, there's nothing there that you recognize. There was always like buildings around each of the entrances that were like trading posts and whatnot, but those have clearly been built on top of each other to almost like little towns nestled on the entrances of both cities. And clearly, like the big huge gates are usually shut, right? And they just let people in one by one through the small gate so they can control it. Today, those gates are open, and there's a lot of people in the city, so it looks more like the Ani you'd be used to.
But it's still like a big chunk of the places she knew were just like
Everything
not
you
there.
loved is gone. Yes.
Okay, cool. Just checking. Just checking.
Everything you've worked for, everything you've known.
yeah,
is gone.
it's gone.
Everything's
That's
gone.
fine.
Yes.
Just wanted to just clarify that before we start.
100%.
I assume that's the same with Ashrin. Like her neighborhood is not okay.
Gone. So what's left are the wealthier inner areas that are now surrounded by, and even then you see where they've shifted, like some of where the middle class areas have basically been built on top of hugely and are very poor and very tight. And even the upper class areas, like they've shrunken roadways and like things are different, right? Until you get to like the inner harbor, and then there's room and parks and rings, but it's clearly all segmented off with a series of walls and control to keep you in the area that you belong. Amity, it grates at you, both like personally, but also like there's, it's like if you were Superman and there was kryptonite held at a distance. You don't like it. It's like you're like it rubs you the wrong way, makes you feel a little nauseous, doesn't actually affect you, but it's always present and it always gnaws at you.
Is the can I tell that if the bridge and the shrine that was in my vision still exist by the tree? Like, do I know where that might be in
You're
Ani?
a little far. It's hard to tell. There are more trees and parks on the inside, so an area large enough with enough trees around it, right? For that this could be isolated. Those would be towards the center ring and also in the area surrounding the palace. Which
Okay,
is,
but from my vision, I don't know where specifically where that would be in the city.
well, how are you looking? It's like it is a half a mile down. So how are you looking? And what are you looking for exactly?
I'm looking for the tree that we ended up at
Yeah.
and the shrine to Tyr.
Yeah. Okay.
And I know there's probably a lot of shrines to Tyr in the
Sure.
city, but maybe looking at the connections of the people traveling,
Okay.
because they would use those shrines. So if I follow those connections, seeing where they would stop.
Okay. Roll me a perception or an investigation, whichever one you want.
Okay. Let me see if my roll 20 got back up.
Oh, you're still up.
Yeah.
First roll of the game. Oh, and it's a doozy. Okay. What does that give you as a total?
No.
You have double
Yeah,
inspiration though.
yeah.
You do have double inspiration. You could roll again, should you choose.
Yeah, I'll roll again. I'll use one of them.
Excellent.
Wait, no. I'm sorry. You can roll that again.
Yeah,
Right.
you got the.
Let's see how many times.
Because I am the demigod of
Because
redistribution.
you're the demigod of redistribution.
There we go.
Got there eventually. All right.
I will take your bad luck from you.
I just realized how powerful that is. You combo it with advantage.
It's
So
super
that's
powerful.
a 19 total.
Yeah, it's super powerful. It's like, no, fuck it, we're doing it again. Yeah, we're just gonna keep doing. All right. So how that worked out is that Ashrin had advantage, rolled a 2 first, then re-rolled that. It was a 1, but because it was a 1, Amity can redistribute it and allow them to roll again.
I think flavor-wise,
Yeah.
Yeah, how would Amity help?
She kicked
Amity's-
a rock. Instead of falling down the mountain, it lands and hits somebody in the head down below.
No, I think it's more like Amity's also a little shook. Amity was is still convinced this is fake.
Sure.
Like
Maybe
everything
you
in the
help
tower
me.
is fake.
Maybe you help me look through the city because you also know it.
But it's still just looking at a version of Ani is this wrong is still really scary. It's still really uncanny valley in a way that she hates, even though she's convinced it's fake.
Sure.
And so she would have gone
Sure.
over and is like holding Ashrin's hand, trying to act like she's supporting Ashrin and being like, oh, that street looks like maybe it used to be this street, and that street looks like it used to be this street, and acting all like tough and knowledgeable, but is actually like clutching.
Well, remember,
Yeah.
there's also probably still a resonance between Amity and Ashrin because they bridged last game.
That's true.
Oh, sure. Yeah, I would say that there's certainly a weird awareness and familiarity with each other, right? Like you just feel like you know each other better, or that maybe you always did. It's hard to tell. It's like your thoughts are mixed up, and the amount of emotion and connection is difficult to place. So I would say then, Amity, as you're helping Ashrin and you're looking into the city, your eyes catch on this wide open area right by like the main southern gate. There's a large, the opening of the canal is there. So there's two sides of this canal where traffic goes basically north and south. right? So it's a double canal separated by an inner wall, bridges over it, and then there's also a large entrance right at that canal as well. And you're looking at this large open area that you remember possibly as a park at one point, but clearly no longer. There is this large marble, almost like a patio, and then there's a bunch of like blocks all raised all over it, and they're all covered in tapestries and pillows, and you quickly recognize that it's set up so like people can just stop and rest, almost like an open air hotel, right? And there's these big tarps that are stretched over it that block out some of the light, and there's fountains, and it's an area of rest and comfort. And as your eyes are drawn to it, you're seeing symbology of the god of Tyr, and clearly that looks like it could be it. There's also several large trees, so it's all this kind of like a park, like a really nicely decorated park that anyone can just stop by, and there's places to hitch wagons and horses nearby. And there's clerics that run around in simple brown robes and give people advice, or bring them buckets of water and plates of simple food, and there seems to be thousands of people there right now.
So everyone, that thing there that Amity is helping me, that she helped me find, that was in my vision that I had. When we ran from Rappel, we ran to there, and I saw someone at the shrine. I don't know who it was, but I saw someone. I think we need to go and see.
I don't have a better idea, so...
I'm more worried about because I'm more worried about the guy that's glowing purple down there. That looks weird.
Yes, and there's one teenage boy glowing purple and one teenage boy wreathed in fire. They're floating about 10 feet above this large royal barge. There's a series of these barges, all incredibly decorated, also decked with these glowing glass lamps, they don't flicker like flame would. There's this constant bright white light, and they're bathed in it, but they're kind of floating above. And then behind them are two thrones, and there is a woman on each throne, both elves. Sorry. One is human and one is elf. Sorry. And so they're sitting behind, and these two kids are just like floating above with this energy that's clearly divine pouring off of both of them as this flotilla makes its way south to north up the main channel, and so it's coming towards you.
Maybe those are demigods.
I know. I mean, there's somebody. I know they look like somebody's pet demigods, and I feel bad for them. I do, but I just don't know. I don't know that they're real. It's really hard to tell with the divine energy.
There's only one way to know.
We should at least go look.
Oh, that feels like a trap.
It does.
What does
it? Much of a trap, guys.
What does it feel like a trap?
Everything in the Union is a trap.
Yeah,
this whole place is a trap.
Everything is a trap.
Right.
Well, I'm always right.
Well, that's because it's always a trap.
But if you want to know if they are part of the Union, you can just, Diamond just like gestures like, do like I do. Put your hands on it, make a connection.
Diamond, you can see the Union. Maybe if we get closer, can you look to see if those are...
Let's go help them anyways.
I can look right now. Just hands down.
I mean, I did hear that we're not the first demigods to get sent in here.
We're like the second.
So it's possible that they're still alive in here. I just assumed they were dead, okay? I assumed they were all dead.
I assumed they were dead, too.
That's fair.
We should at least try and help, right?
While we're having this conversation, I'm going to start trying to look for a path down the mountain.
Okay.
I thought we were doing that already. I thought we were walking.
We were kind of like...
So you've been kind of like yours just at the edge, at the eastern edge of this mountain, coming around, and it's like exposing more of the city as you're walking around, right? I would like you to roll either perception or survival or investigation to find this path down.
Roll perception.
Or religion or... Yeah.
It's gonna be
That's
one of those
only a
days, huh?
9.
So you guys come around and you're on like this, like you're on like a wide open area where it's kind of flat. But as you come around the mountain, now it gets narrow, and like not too narrow, but about like maybe 3 feet. So it's a little uncomfortable, and then it's a little steep after that. And then you kind of see around you where it goes down for about maybe a 10-minute shuffle, right? And ends up on another open area, and there's a camp there with about a dozen Aenean soldiers just kind of milling about, and clearly room for more. There's a central area where they cook. There's permanent buildings built here. So this isn't just like a temporary, campsite. This
It's
is
like a
obviously
watchtower.
some sort of watch position. Exactly.
Amity, you would know better than I. How do you think the Aenean guards would react to us?
Well, I was gonna say there's an arrest warrant out for me, but that doesn't seem to really matter here because this is not on E.
Yeah.
It's true.
I think
And even if it was,
bad,
they
they
probably
react to-
forgot about that by now.
She doesn't know she's in the future.
That's
Orla
true.
knows we're in the future.
That's true.
Amity doesn't know we're in the future.
Yep.
She just thinks this is some weird fake shit.
Yeah.
Wait,
Because even if
I'm
it was
gonna
the
go build a
future, why would the
DeLorean.
sky have changed? That makes no sense to her.
Right. Yeah. Why is there this big green comet in the sky?
Ocean. That's
Yeah.
not how time works. You don't grow an ocean in 100
Do we
years.
have to go through where the guards are to get down the hill?
You could go down a relatively steep cliff.
I mean, I could make it, but could all of you?
That's a question.
I can make it. Why don't we just tie ourselves together and climb down?
What is this climb thing?
Why not?
Well, Ash, do you
I-
think you could talk your way past the guards?
I could.
I could.
Possibly.
So Diamond just looks at everyone, like looks at this cliff, and then like looks at everyone again, and it's just like, I can get us down there. Just jump.
Okay.
Is this like when I ran back to the Union and you all thought I was trying to like sacrifice myself, except this time we're all doing it together so no one gets left behind?
No, I can get us down there safely.
Oh, cool. That's much better.
All right.
Um,
So what are you doing
You know
exactly?
what?
I'm
Sure,
guessing what
why
you're doing.
not?
Are you going to cast a feather?
well,
All
Diamond-
illusion,
Diamond is-
anyways.
Diamond is trying to get everyone to step up to the edge here to jump,
Right.
and if they do, we all jump off the edge of this cliff, and I will cast Featherfall on all of us, so that we
Right.
just safely land down there.
Yeah, no,
Great.
Amity doesn't even wait for you to explain.
She
like,
just
"All right,
goes.
this is right
oh
there
shit!
on the edge.
You all have to
like,
go. Right.
Everything
I'm
is illusion,
standing on the
including
edge.
death.
We've known him for a day, and he's like, "Hey guys, let's just jump."
Let's
Okay.
just jump off a
If your
cliff.
friends would jump off a cliff, would you?
Apparently.
Yes,
Yeah.
apparently we
Yes.
would.
Yeah.
So do you all agree to do this?
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know
Excellent.
what? Sure.
Yeah.
All right. So you
So,
all leap off a cliff and you cast Featherfall. Describe how Diamond would cast Featherfall.
So for Diamond being an artificer, it's not like she like moves her hands and incants a spell or anything like that. It's a case that like as we jump off, she like reaches into like the bag on her back into like one of the many like pocket spaces there, and comes out with like a bunch of like somethings in her hand, and like as we're falling, she sort of like spreads them. You see sort of like these beads, I think that they are, and they like spread out and like kind of open up like they'd be like bubbles basically, and like
Okay.
surround each person like and like there's like a shimmery bubble around us, so we just like float down gently in these
Linda the
they look
Good
like giant soap bubbles
Right.
basically.
Just bloop. Just like just giant.
Yep.
Right. You just gotta.
Just boop.
I love
I
it.
love it.
All right.
This is less scary than riding Drusty.
It is a lot less scary. So you all kind of float down, and the wind's a little rough, and it kind of jostles you into each other too. You kind of bounce and bounce back, and eventually you land on the ground about a quarter of a mile down into another open area. And as soon as like the bubble hits the ground, it pops, and then you drop it about a foot. So they're like the douche, right? But you're all in this kind of open area now. There's very clearly another path before you, lower from the main camp above, and it's like midday. It's nice. The sun's out. There are some clouds, but they're just like normal. Like it doesn't look like it's gonna rain. There's a lot of breeze coming in off the sea. It's really pleasant. Good day
Well,
for a
let's just
festival.
hope no one saw that.
Yeah, right. All the
I
cards.
mean, I've been more subtle, but I've been less.
Who said let's hope no one saw that? Was that you, Yara?
Magnuson.
Magnuson, go ahead and roll me a perception, please.
God.
Oh boy, I'm good at those.
You're
17.
pretty good at
Nice.
that, actually, yeah.
All right, so as all of you are kind of looking out, on Ani in front of you and hearing the waves and smelling the seas, it's just it kind of pulls you all in, and there's a sense of safety and security for a moment. But Magnuson turns around, and you come face to face. So where like the cliff kind of recedes back, there's this shadowed area, and out from this shadowed area steps a very large man in Anian armor, carrying an Anian shield with a crossbow mounted over it, and is walking towards you. Hey, you're not supposed to be here.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I'm
Hey.
sorry. How do you get
we
out of here?
fell.
What's the best way? Can you lead us the best way out?
Yeah, hang on. And he looks up and he leans back and he fires a single crossbow bolt
Run.
up. And as he fires it, like it catches fire and it kind of flares and it goes shoo, pop, right, like a little bottle rocket, right? And he turns back and he puts it down. Who are you? What are you doing here?
We're just visiting. We're here for the
And
festival.
we fell.
You
but
fell
luckily our friend was.
Onto
Can
a
you guide
mount?
us to the parade? We wanted to get down there.
Well, I'm gonna have to because I can't let you walk around here alone. You all
Well,
not
that's
from
fine.
Ani.
Well, no, we're just visiting for the festival and the celebrations.
Oh, I hate. And he pulls open a belt pocket and he pulls out like a little chalk tablet, right? And he pulls out a little sliver of chalk. It's like paperwork. Anyway, so what are your names?
I am Darren.
Darren. Okay, that's a nice name. And you?
Who's he looking at?
Any of you, doesn't matter. Let's say
I'm
Diamond.
Yara.
Yara. Okay, that's a nice name. Let's do Diamond.
Yeah, so Diamond's like, oh, you may call me Diamond.
Diamond looks and kind of looks at you. He's like, you like a raccoon person?
Yes.
That's cool. Okay, Diamond. How about you, Dwarf?
Call me Tobias.
Tobias. Okay, excellent. And then you, Fancy Lady with the harp.
Yes, Keontra.
Keontra. That's a cool name. Okay, well, my
During this
name.
time, like I feel like Amity would silence Yara because she'd be like, I thought their names were.
Yeah,
And
and
then
it's like just keep hugging her, like I'm so excited too, hon.
Well, listen, my name is Brannick, and I'm going to see if I can get you all somewhere safe, okay? So everyone just
Thanks
kind of
so
follow
much.
me and stay together, and we're going to be okay. Where'd you want to go to the festival?
Oh, anywhere we can see the parade.
Yeah.
We heard that obviously the and Amity tries to make the best of what she gets. We just hear that the royal procession is particularly impressive.
Yeah, we
So I
don't
guess
want to miss it.
we don't want to miss that.
Well, like, you had the best view from up here, but unfortunately, I can't let you stay here, so I got to take it down, but I can, like, get you to the canal.
Yeah, that would be
That
great.
would be great. Thank you.
Okay, all right. So what are you guys doing here? Like, you just come here to watch, come and hang out, you selling stuff, you traders?
my friend Drosty told us to come here, and so he told us to go. He told us to go here, so we're here.
We're
Okay.
just sightseeing for the moment.
Sure.
Maybe something will happen.
So Brannick like looks at all of you and like he kind of sizes you up, right? And like he's a decent judge of character, but like there's clearly a kid here. Like you're Yara is clearly a kid. He's used to elves, so he gets like how they age and he can assess them pretty well. He's not sure about Amity. He knows trouble when he sees it, but like in general, he's getting the family vibe, the collected family vibe, and he understands that bit. So he nods and he starts walking with you. He's like, well, listen, I can only get you so close. I don't have much access, but like, I might have a friend on the inside.
Oh,
Oh,
Yeah. I mean, we haven't talked in like 8 years, but I happen to know the new queen.
really?
No.
I do.
Really?
I do. Well, we
What's a
were friends
queen?
in childhood. And like,
Wow.
I was a little sweet on her, but she royalty and all that. She got things to do.
Oh, I bet there would be lovely
Oh, I don't know
pastries.
that.
Oh,
I
we
don't
got
know what it is.
pastries. Yeah, we got a whole bunch of pastries.
Oh, this is exciting.
Yeah, like what kind of pastries you want?
So I'm gonna whisper to Amity. I wonder if those are the pastries we stole.
That's too mind meldy. I can't deal with that.
Are there raspberry ones?
Oh yeah, there's raspberry ones. We got tons
Oh,
of raspberry
excellent.
ones. Yeah.
Yeah,
I've
if
never
we
been to the
could.
city before.
You never been to a city before.
That would be excellent.
And it kind of looks you up and down. Do you look like what does Yara wear? Is it kind of like hand like sewn
So
and right?
yeah, that was one of the things in the art that we have that
Right.
you all can check out.
Yeah.
So one of the things that I think is very obvious to Brannick
Patchwork.
is that her clothes are like all patched in with other clothes. So
Mhm.
like if there's a something that tears, like she just find something else to kind of knit in with it.
Sure.
She knows how to sew. She knows how to do her clothes.
Yeah.
And like it's pretty obvious, like it's just a mishmash of stuff she's found.
Sure.
And he might get a little worried because it's like this girl's either homeless or like
Well, but
she's-
it's like it's well made, you know, and you're
yeah,
clean.
it works well. And then
Yeah.
there's there's like flowers in her hair, and she clearly
Yeah.
has like, well, other than the belt around her, like she clearly has all secondhand stuff.
Sure.
It's
Everything's
just
a little
Eastern
worn.
fashion.
Right. Yeah.
So
Right. And you got
If
dwarven
Amity-
armor. You got Amity wearing kind of like street clothes. Like I'm
No,
I'm
like-
guessing kind of
like
like, you know,
almost entirely black leather, except for her like green shirt and green scarf.
subtle. Right. Right. Okay. And then Ashrin looks like you just stepped out of the court, basically. Right. Right.
Essentially.
Yeah. Right. Exactly. And then Diamond is just kind of like is mostly fur. Right. There's some clothes.
Yeah,
Right.
I mean, she's got like the workers' coveralls and stuff like that because she had
Sure.
what she like took from her took with her when she like left from Tarsus and all that. But,
Yeah.
like it's not exactly flattering stuff. And then beyond that, it's like I am a furry raccoon person.
Right, right. So the fit's off is what you're trying to say. Because
Thank
you're
you.
wearing dwarven overalls as a 5'10" raccoon. Okay, that makes sense. All right. So Brannick leads you down the side of the mountain. You run into another patrol of like two women. He's like, "Oh, hey Sherry, hey Alice. Yeah, I found some guys. They made it onto the mountain. I guess they fell." And like Sherry and Alice look at each other and look at the two of you and cross
We're here
their
for the party.
arms.
We got turned around. This is our first time in Ani.
Yeah. First time in Ani.
We're
and you
trying to
managed-
get to the festival. We want to see the queen.
And now, and like the fact that you said you want to see the queen and they found you in a place, the mountain they shouldn't be, they look at each other.
Well,
and
you
they
know, like
look-
the parade and the lights.
Mm-hmm.
And...
Brannick, you got this? This is okay? And he's, oh yeah, we're good.
I'm very curious to how much like Amity or you guys would like silence Yara if she was
Oh,
about
like
to say something.
constantly. Like anytime you try to
Yeah.
speak, Amity just doesn't trust you, even remotely.
Yeah.
Not to say
Ashrin
the
is
wrong
not
thing.
lying.
Right. You're not lying. Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Amity is.
It's all
she just her first time in
suspect.
Ani.
Right, but you're not lying. All right, so yeah.
Amity has lied repeatedly since we started.
So they like eventually like all right, and like they kind of shrug, and like people seem to trust Brannick as a person, not maybe so much in his decisions, right?
I
They're
get that.
like,
I get that on a
Yeah.
personal level.
yeah, like Brandon's gonna do the right thing if he knows what that is. That is kind of the feeling people get
just
around
trust
him.
his process.
Exactly.
It's fine. His intelligence score might be low, but his wisdom score is fine. That's the important thing. He can judge people with it.
I would say
Well,
I would
Brannick
argue the
has
other
a
way.
low intelligence and average wisdom, but a very high charisma. Right,
That's fair.
and that's kind of like how like he's just a himbo. He's just a straight up himbo.
Look, I'm gonna protect.
So
this
he's a
himbo.
Rom.
Yeah, he's one of my favorite characters to play.
Characters.
Yeah, exactly. Except he's strong and can actually physically do things. So he leads you all down to the front entrance. It's this huge canal entrance. The mountain kind of I'm sorry, let me reverse that. He leads you down the mountain and around where the palace is, because the palace is set right up against the mountain. So he basically takes you down outside of the gates along the coast and then back in through the eastern gate, because there's no way to get you. I can't take you through the palace. Like, there's only so much I can do, and I'm kind of
that would
breaking
be
the rules right
ridiculous.
now.
We're not
Yeah.
asking you to do that. Would be
Hey,
completely ridiculous.
Excuse
How many people
me,
are we
we just
encountering?
gotta like come through. Okay, thanks. Yeah, no, we're not gonna do that. So he takes you out and about. It's about like it takes about an hour to walk down the mountain. It takes about another hour to walk along the coast. Brannick is in like a breastplate, and he's got this huge. Once he like saw that you were safe, he put his arms down, and his crossbow and shield vanished. They vanished in a glow of light, and then these bands of energy appeared around his wrists. And when that energy faded, he just had these two golden and platinum bracers on with all this symbology of Ani up and down it. Otherwise, he's not armed. He's just wearing this gleaming mithril breastplate and the colors of Ani.
So when that happens, I would like to use. So I rechanged the name, but I would like to use Fairy Dust, which is the temp HP invocation.
Okay.
So like when that magical stuff happens, like she starts getting a little worried because 1, city, 2, metal, 3, weird people.
Okay.
So
Fair. Yeah.
So when that happens, I don't know if you would notice, but like she just kind of like sprinkles fairy dust over her head, and it kind of lands, and she gets a little bit of a boost AC wise.
Amity
Nice.
size.
An elf thing. Don't worry about it.
Right. Yeah. Brand's like, whatever. Like, it just sparkles. Like, it just sparkles.
Yeah, we'll
That's
yell.
Okay.
She'll like go like, "You're gonna get it everywhere." Like if he notices, but otherwise, it's
It's the herpes of crafting. Come on. All right. So you sprinkle a
So
little bit
I-
of HP dust on you.
Can I chat him up a bit and say, like,
Yeah.
I
It's
would
a long
love to
walk.
meet your friend. I
Well,
haven't
yeah.
been to a party in quite a while. It would be lovely. And
Well, I can't really talk about it, but my friend is Friday, and she's the new queen to be. But I can't really introduce her to you now because A, we haven't talked in a while, and B, like, she's gonna be new queen, and I am, like, I'm a lieutenant, right? But like,
but you were old friends with her.
well, yeah, but like, I can't just like go knock on her door. She's the queen.
No.
You can. Friends can go. Friends
Well-
need each other at the most important times of their lives.
Okay, well, I can't deny that. That is actually true. However, like, there are rules you have to understand. I'm breaking them just to get you off that mountain.
But I'm
No.
sure that you could be part of a patrol or a guard or something that just happens to be near her at some point and say hi and, get in that way.
Well, you'd think, but they put me on the mountain. I got to go back to the mountain after I get you guys to the entrance. And then you're kind of like walking up the shore. And as you are, it's opening up, and there's this huge docks. There's this like wide open docks, and there's all these buildings built around it. And there's just tons of people, and everyone is going into the city. Very few people are coming out. I got to take you here, then I got to go back. I'm sorry. I wish I could do more.
Oh, no,
Thank you for
that's totally fair. You gotta understand. We're new to the city. We don't know all the rules, but we'll figure it out.
You guys will be okay. Listen, I'm gonna walk into the front, and like he talks to a couple of the guards, and they look at Brannick, and again give Brannick that look, but like, all right, and they wave you through, and you're able to go to this front of like an hour-long line, and through this little side door, and you step into an incredibly loud Ani. There's people everywhere. You're immediately accosted by children with like, bracelets and necklaces and little like painted shields of like, so, like a little hand painted, like not bad, but kind of crappy, like, Anian shield, right? And like a couple of them are like, buy this real Anian brick of the wall, and it's been like painted, and you can tell at a distance that it's bullshit. Like, they're just selling you crap because they're locals and they're trying to make a buck off you, and you're coming in through one of the poorer entrances.
Before we get in there though, while we're still walking, can
Sure.
I ask Brannick? Obviously we were dumb to have gotten there, but oh no. Oh, did I freeze?
No,
No, you're good.
We can see it.
I'm good.
Yeah.
Sorry. Obviously we were dumb to have gotten there, but what's the story with the mountain? Why aren't people allowed there? Is it because
Oh.
it's like dangerous or?
Well, it is dangerous. There is that. However, like, people are kind of allowed here, like they can do pilgrimages to the mountain and stuff, but we can't just have a bunch of people above the city. So we have to guard
Oh,
it to
that's
make sure
true.
people can get down into it, because otherwise they could just get right down into the palace and over the walls.
Oh,
You're right. That's a good point.
Yes.
That's very smart, Brannick.
This
Thank
must
you.
be why
Thank
you're a
you.
lieutenant.
Well, like, I'm also a lieutenant because I worked really hard. Yeah,
Hey, that's an important combination.
it is an important combination. I tell the guys all the time, you just got to work harder. Things happen. Work hard, things happen.
Diamond points because this man gets it.
There's no secret. That's all you got to do. It's what my dad did. It's what his dad did before them, and his dad did before him, and his dad did before them. And maybe if I do my job well, my kids will get to be Nean citizens. That's how it works.
Well, you're doing a wonderful job. I really appreciate you bringing us here.
Well,
Thank
thank
you
you.
so much.
Amity is vibrating into low Earth orbit.
We can earn our citizenship through many generations of loyal service. And then maybe our 6th generation kid gets to make their way in. It's a really fair system that works out for everyone.
Like, and the grip that she previously had on Yara in a like shut the hell up way is now like digging kind of probably painfully into Yara's lower arm.
Yeah, I mean, it
I'm
was
wondering
never.
if my-
Sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna say I'm wondering if my strength score would make that hurt less, but at the same time, she'd just be like, "Are you okay?"
And Ani,
going.
Ani was always exclusive, right? And it was hard to get. It was hard to live there, like Manhattan's hard to live there, right? But it was never this exclusive. And there were boroughs outside of Manhattan. Now it's just Manhattan and a hyper version of that as well. There's like just enough people of a certain class inside the city to help run it. And that's it. And you have to earn your way in there. So even after these 6 generations of service, like his kid is going to be able to like get a service job and live in the city. And that's probably as high as they'll ever go. So it's still pretty locked down, sadly. Yeah. But you're able to get past the front gate. Brannick kind of waves you all bye, right? And starts
Bye.
heading back towards the
Thank you,
mountain.
Brannick.
You're welcome. Bye. Have fun on me.
Thank you.
So when we
Diamond
get
just turns,
in,
like, he was very nice. I like him.
when we get in,
He was nice.
there's
was
a lot
very
of
nice.
people. There's a
Amity,
lot
it'll
of
be okay.
loud noises.
I think. Maybe.
It's not real.
It's
not
crazy,
real.
Yara.
It's not
You've
real.
never
Yeah.
experienced
It's
anything
not
like
real.
this.
I think
And-
this
Is this
my
worse
hell.
or better than
Yeah.
when we approach the tower?
Worse.
Much worse. And you're being jostled all the time. Like as soon as you get through, there are people on this big main road. It is filled with people. It's like a festival all the way up and down this road. You're constantly bumping into people. There's constantly there are people cutting through your party, constantly separating you. You're being jostled left and right. It's just there's a swarm of people around you.
Okay. So now she's digging into Amity. And
Just
So-
just beating the crap out of each other.
yeah, just like digging her arms in, and she's just like very hesitant step, and then Amity kind of feels like she has to drag Yara along. And if there's demigods, she doesn't want to be in animal form, but if there's a lot of people, she does. And so it's kind of just like this internal panic
Sure.
of too much stuff going on.
Yeah.
And
Overstimulation.
Yeah.
yeah, and she just kind of freezes.
So Amity kind of stops and like pushes Yara's chin up, so she's looking up at the sky. She's like, okay, just like look up at the sky, breathe. The crowd, it's just a crowd. It's just noise. It's gonna be okay. Just keep going.
So
We're gonna be fine.
when you do look up at a sky,
Yeah.
there is a giant man just striding the
Yeah,
canal
that doesn't help.
with this huge sword that he like. So he's like animated. He's basically just standing there, but he'll occasionally put his sword over his shoulder or put it down into the canal. He's probably 200 feet tall, and it's this shimmering glow energy form that is translucent. So you're seeing through it at all times. The sun is shining directly behind his head. The green comet in the sky is just off to his east. So you can tell that it's clearly a magical image.
Have we ever seen a green comet before?
Yeah, I was about to ask that.
So as you got down
Not
to the
that I
city,
know of.
like it's been broad daylight, and it was passing basically in front
But
of the
not,
sun.
like, before
But
we
now
came.
it's
Before
not.
here.
No, never seen this green comet in the sky. And it's like noon or like 1, right? So it's so bright that you can see it in plain daylight.
Okay, and is it the size of a star, the size of a dime in the sky? Like, what size would we call this?
I would say right now, it's about like it's like when you see a comet in the sky. It's like a 20th of the moon, I would say.
Okay.
Yeah,
That's okay.
yeah.
Okay.
That's
Big enough to
Kinda
notice,
big, but-
certainly. Yeah.
yeah.
But not big enough that we're like running and screaming.
No, it's like it's not getting bigger right now. Like it's and it seems to just be hovering in a point in the sky, right? And clearly it's making it's moving, but it doesn't look like it's moving. It looks like it's just hanging there.
So
The
I
big
think
giant guy is new.
Yeah, so
Yeah, that is also
I don't
new.
think that helps Yara. And
Sure, it's not settling.
I think at this point she'll just turn into a rabbit and just kind of like, no, once again, same thing as last time. Just hide herself.
Scooping her up like fuck.
Right. Half crawling underneath your shirt, trying to get her into a bag, that kind of thing. Right. All right.
So I think because Ashrin is the tallest and maybe besides Amity one of the most familiar,
Sure.
she'll like lead the way using a combination of like complimenting people or buying little things to get them to go away.
Yeah. Hey, miss. I got bracelets. They're the best bracelets you're ever gonna have. There's like this little
That's
7-year-old
wonderful. What's
kid.
your favorite?
Oh, they're all my favorite, miss.
Okay, what colors do you have?
Oh,
You have
well, I got.
purple?
Oh, yeah, I got purple. And like he
I'll
goes
take
into
the
his
purple
bag
one.
and he brings out 3 purple ones. He's like, I got 3 purple ones right here, miss.
I'll just take one of those. Thank you.
Oh, okay. Well, then we'll just take one of them for the very nice lady. And he's like,
Thank you so
6,
much.
Got like a little hat, right, and 2 little shoes
Yeah.
and overalls. Here you go, nice lady. That'll be 1 gold.
Rip off. Oh,
1 gold.
Oh,
my
I-
goodness.
Well, of course, man. Made them with my own 2 hands. I pick these lilacs from the top mountains right behind you. had to
I
sneak
How
in
about
and
all
get 'em.
behind
3
this
of
kid.
them?
I sneak up behind this kid and I pickpocket him.
You're gonna pickpocket a 7-year-old child.
No, I'm gonna give it back. Give me a second. It's
All right.
an important life
What
lesson
about
is
all
about to
3 of
happen.
them for
All right,
gold?
I would like. That's an interesting proposition. And he thinks about it for a moment. Orla, I would like you to roll your attempt to pickpocket. He's going to try and spot.
Spot's not a thing.
He's going to try and note. What the hell am I rolling for? He's
Perception.
going to try.
Insight.
Yes, thank you.
it'd be perception versus.
It'd be
setting.
perception,
Or
okay.
passive perception if you have that.
I'm going to.
Oh, really bad. I rolled really, really bad. So
Oh,
he might
no.
well.
All right. Yeah. Okay.
yes.
Not.
So he's like,
This urchin sees all.
well, you know what? For you, because you're such a nice lady.
Because
you're
I
such
rolled a 2. So.
Yeah, you're such a nice lady. I'm just going to go ahead and give you. And he reaches in for those 3, right? He pulls out the 3 bracelets. And as his hand pulls out, his left hand just reaches around and grabs yours. And he turns very smoothly. He's like, oh, wow. I've never met a halfling before. And he like kind of rolls his eyes a bit because there's halflings all around you. What a pleasure. And shakes your hand as if you had gone to shake his.
Yeah.
It's so nice to meet you. You know what? 3 for a gold sounds like a good deal to me. And he hands him over.
Perfect. And you have a very good day. Enjoy this
7-year-old is
festival.
very
You
sweet.
have a good day. Bye-bye.
If he still
Bye.
has my hand, I'll take my other hand and where his coin purse was, where I was going for it, I like slip another gold into it.
Oh, well, thank you. You are a group of nice people. You know
And
what?
and then I like flick his nose and I'm like, all right. And then I walk away.
Okay, you get that one. But listen, hey, before you walk away, you guys got to watch yourselves here. You're obviously kind of new here, but you're nice and you treated me with respect. So let me tell you, you got to like watch your coin purse this year. You got to keep your eyes out because they'll take everything they can from you, gut you like a fish, and toss you in the sea.
I
Understood?
appreciate it.
All
Thank
right.
you.
Good deal.
Yara
You
hears
have a
that
great
and
day.
does funny and assumes
What's
she's
your
talking
name,
about the
kids?
gods.
Was that? What's my name?
Don't ask Aram for names.
I do this every I
Brent.
just like to,
Brent?
Yeah.
No.
Brent. Okay. My name is
we
Brent.
do only frat boy names in this campaign.
My name is Brent. Hi, I'm Brent.
You said human, right?
Yes, Brent is indeed human. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
Little human
Brent.
boy. Yeah.
Okay, everyone, let's keep going. Keep going.
All right.
Keep going.
Snaps his little bracers. Have a good time. And he like runs off into the crowd. And you guys are like,
You're
again,
your Dickensian orphans who are named after frat boys.
all of them. Where are you headed? Where are you leading everyone at?
To the shrine.
Okay, excellent. So
I thought we were going to the parade to see
we're watching
the
things we
procession.
think are
Which one is
these
closer?
things are generally
We're
in the
at-
same direction because you would first hit this shrine and then
We
you
need
would
to
get
make
to
sure
the
the
canal.
demigods are safe.
Okay, so
The
whatever
sh-
comes first
yeah.
then.
Yeah. So
Well, the shrine's like next to the canal, isn't it?
well, no, it's like midway point. So like here's the main entrance, shrine, and then canal right after it.
All right,
Okay,
so you
sure.
can hit
So-
one on the way to the other.
Yeah.
Shrine
exactly.
first.
Exactly.
We just can't dilly dally.
no, you really
Yes.
can't. So
I'm gonna try to find a way through now that Yara is not. Now that Yara's a bunny,
Yeah.
I think we're all more comfortable with the city.
Right, exactly. A little tighter, a little more compact. Amity, you're like
Yes.
looking at knees and nothing else, but you're used to that, so you can make your way through, right? You just and
Just
it's,
realized I'm
it's
a bunny
kind of
with 21
easy
strength.
because you
Yeah.
are a buddy with huge amounts of strength. It's like
Oh
it's
my
like-
god! Oh my god! You're like the one from the Holy Grail.
You are that bunny. It's gonna start tearing people's throats out. So because like
And
you're
I
so
will.
small, like people interpret you initially as a child. When you just walk up and put your hand on someone's like leg to push them out of the way, they move because they interpret you as a kid. So you're just easily, padding your way through. And it takes you guys about an hour, but you do eventually get to this more open area and it's quieter, it's heavily shaded, and before you is just this large open pavilion with these I guess clerics of Tyr running around and just asking people how they are and how they can assist them and making sure they're
So-
comfortable.
Does it
Towards the end
look
of that,
like?
sorry, hold on. At
Go
the end of
ahead.
that, Yara would be forced to hop out of the bag because an hour has passed and she's out of her wild shape.
Sure. Okay. So like
Uh-huh.
as one of
I
the
think-
clerics of Tyr walks up to you, there's just like this rustling in Amity's bag and this rabbit hops onto your shoulder and then kind of falls off and becomes Yara as she hits the ground. And they go, welcome, everyone.
Ta-da! We're a traveling troupe of performers.
Oh, how delightful. We don't have any of those. Anyways, it's so good to see you. My name is Meredith. How can I help you? Are you here for a visit?
Yeah.
Such an original name, Aram.
Thank you.
That's my name.
I know. I'm going to start using I've determined to like use all of your names as NPCs in the game.
Oh God. That's- because you
Okay.
want to be things more confusing.
Uh,
Is the tree or the shrine that I'm familiar with around?
Oh yeah, so clearly like there's this large open patio. There's several stairs up and down with different levels, and there's columns, and there's these kind of sheer tapestries hung so that there are semi-private areas, and it's all kind of sectioned off. But beyond that is more of a green area, and there's a very large tree in the middle that looks suspiciously familiar.
Okay. So I'm gonna turn to everyone and say, like, that's the tree where my sister and I ran away. And then there was a woman over there, and I kind of describe her,
Sure.
and like, this is that place. I know that Amity, you and I don't know this as our Ani, but this area is the Ani that I saw
So while they're
in
saying
my
this,
vision.
while this is happening, I think Diamond is talking to Meredith. And it's just like, oh, we are just here. We're stopping by for a brief moment. We don't need any help. Just going to rest our feet for a bit, and then we will move on.
Yeah, she kind of
When-
looks you up and down. And it's like, okay, yeah, okay, great. And
when she mentions the tree, Yara goes off and goes to talk to the tree.
okay, well, the tree's a
perfect.
while in, so as she's like, oh, okay, what's that? You just like take any open air, half. Okay, bye.
Well, no, I
Yes, thank
think
you.
Amity is gonna stay with Meredith for
Okay.
a second and let them go over to the
I'll
tree.
follow
Well, then,
Yara.
Okay.
What the fuck does she know about trees? Nothing.
Are did they belong to you?
Yes.
Oh, okay. I
But
get
don't
it.
worry, they're better trained than they look.
Okay, listen. I'm going to assign you over here in the sea wing, right? It's nice. You'll have a view of the water. There's some open area to play. They can go head back to the forest if they want to. Just so you know, dinner's going to be served in like around 6, right? And we'll see you then.
Had a quick question.
Oh, please ask
I
away.
was wondering, this is going to sound silly, but I have been feeling really cold lately, and I was wondering if you could tell me more about Tyr.
Oh, and she walks up and she puts the back of her hand to your forehead. It's like, okay, well, you feel okay, so you're not sick, which is good because I always have to put you in the healing pools. Tyr is
no,
just looking out for
I
all
mean,
of us.
I meant in a good way.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Okay, I understand. Well, listen, Tia's looking out for all of us, especially those of us who are walking around, looking at things, exploring this great, well, what's left of our great world. You know.
What happened here?
Yeah.
What happened
Tell
to
me
you?
more about that.
What do you mean?
As in, more about how he does that. Obviously,
Oh.
we know about that. What I'm saying is more about like how he does that now.
Well, basically, we all just kind of believe that, people connect to each other, right? And they know each other. And the way that we can connect best with each other is when we get to know each other, when we travel and meet different people. And the gods are quiet now, but their spirit lives on.
Thank God yours not there.
Yeah, because you guys aren't there. It's just Amity hearing this.
Yeah.
And when I
Well,
see,
Magnuson's with you.
well, at least
Quiet is such an interesting.
Yeah.
Quiet.
I think Amity and
yes.
Magnuson stayed behind.
Oh,
The other three of us went to the tree.
Correct.
Yeah.
okay. I didn't
Yeah.
know Mags was with me. That's good.
Yes.
So definitely catches Mags' eye. Like quiet. There is something to be said for quiet. It's not the same as gone. She says fishing.
It is. Oh well, no. Of course. I mean, Thea's with us forever. It's God after all. Of course. Looks after us, thinks about us, maintains this beautiful area we have. After all, the god's magic is still here. The walls still work. Water's still good. We good.
Yes. All this water, and she points at the sea that appeared here.
Appeared here. Well, I mean, a while ago. Yeah. After
Yeah,
the
I
break-in.
don't mean recently, obviously.
Of course,
but
yeah.
I mean, it's in to do with the god's magic.
Well, because they broke the world, sweetie. You read about, and she like kind of looks you up and down, and like now isn't quite sure. Like maybe you're a halfling, maybe you're a child. Isn't quite. Look, so like the world broke. The gods had the big old war. They broke everything, right? And they flooded all this area, and they made the world storm, and then they all died because they killed each other. You know the story.
Of course. No, what I meant more was because I'm really thinking of pursuing, like the following tier, and I was just still. I that's such a controversial thing to do when some people think that the gods are dead.
Well, I can see. Look, Tia's always with us. He walks the path. He walks all the paths. He's always with us. He's always there. Right over there, probably. Tia, hello. He's right over there. So yeah, the gods may have gone quiet, but again, they're still here. The sun's still there. The god of the sun can't be dead. Otherwise, there'd be no sun.
Well, you've got me there.
That's what I'm saying. It's just logic.
Amity thinks because she's seen gods in real life.
Yeah.
And she's now watching a person point at empty air and say, hello, Tyr.
Right. Hello,
She's
Tia.
met Tyr.
Yeah.
She's like, this woman's insane.
The Tyr's everywhere. That's the first tenet of Tyr. He's been everywhere. He's gone everywhere. So he's always with you. He's always walking beside you. He's always there, looking out for you.
That does sound great. I
Yeah.
sure wish he
Sure
was
sounds
always...
like Tyr.
Yeah, that sounds like my experiences with Tyr is that he at no point disappeared randomly without answering any
He
questions.
gave
Of
us
course.
cookies.
Wait, he gave you
I'm not
cookies.
there. I'm
Okay,
not
okay.
You know what, Max?
Gar
We
still
should
has
go-
some of those cookies. Oh no.
Max, we should check on the others, unless you have any questions about our upcoming conversion.
No.
Nothing I can think of immediately.
Okay,
I'll
well,
get
listen.
back to you on that.
Take a
We'll-
towel.
we'll
Each of
be
you take a
back.
towel. Take a couple towels for your friends. Okay, you only get this one, and you got to turn it in when you leave. But take a towel.
Okay, thanks so
Thank
much.
you.
Okay, bye. Have fun. And then we're going to cut
see that
over
South Park
to the rest of you as you've been walking through. And there's people have walked up to you, all these, again, clerics in these brown robes, and they've brought a pitcher with a simple wooden cup filled it with water and handed it to you. Another one has come around with just like a pile of grapes. Another one has come around with this very simple but freshly baked and nice bread. So, very simple things but they're just like trying to give a little bit of food, a little bit of water to everyone around you. Have fun,
So-
enjoy, have a good time.
I think
Definitely take
Like-
a little, have some water, drink it, grab some. These are all right. It's better in the forest.
Actually, the water here is fantastic.
I was talking about the grapes, but yeah, I figured
the
the
grapes
water would be good.
The grapes are great. So everything grown here is amazing because of the water. So the grapes are huge and delicious, and every single one is perfect. The water is invigorating and wonderful and just the right level of cool. Everything here, all the food is perfect. But the place isn't perfect, right?
Is
It's
this
not like
the feeling
everywhere
I got in the
else.
forest in the other way, where like everything? No, not
So
the same feeling.
it's similar, right? But it's like, but there's variation. So like every grape is perfect, but there's variation. So these all clearly grew. They just grew in the best possible circumstances.
Okay.
Where what you were seeing before was like generated. So like you would find the same leaf on a tree. If
Yeah,
you like
okay.
flip through 40 or 50 of them, you would find the exact same leaf among that tree. But here, these things feel natural, but perfect.
They reach their perfect natural grown form.
Yes,
Okay.
exactly.
So that's interesting. So Yara's gonna take that in mind, and okay, this place realer. Maybe she voiced something, and so the gods changed it because Amity's in her head, always doubting everything. So she goes over to the tree because it's Ashram's tree, and she just wants to. I mean, I don't have a actual ability I can do to talk to it, but
Okay.
we've kind
But
of
it's clearly
established, like,
special. Like you understand these things kind of in an innate level. It's a
And I was sitting right here.
yeah, and it is so much bigger than you remember it. So it's wider and more gnarled, and its branches hang down wider and like cover a larger area. There's a blanket of petals all around you as these weeping branches just form this inner canopy.
And so she'd just like to look around the tree, and is it kind of like the same thing here, where if she were to examine the leaves, like they'd be definitely different. They're definitely
Oh yeah.
real.
Yeah, this
It's
is
nothing like she
very
was experiencing
real,
before.
just incredibly well taken care of and clearly filled with like the water here is divinely generated. It sprouts from the top of the walls and cascades down all of them, and also goes into these channels into rivers and lakes and feeds the livestock and floods the farms, right? So everything is infused with this little bit of divinity. So everything has a bit of magic about it. All the food, all the water, everything that's drunk and touched it.
Can
Could
I?
I-
Go ahead, Yara.
I was just going to ask, could I make like an Arcana check or something to get an idea? I want to just figure out if Yara could tell that it's different than because I obviously know it's out of the tower, but can Yara tell that it's out of the tower, or is she convinced?
Roll me
I'd like
an
to-
Arcana. Yeah. See if you can track it down, Sherlock. Magical Sherlock.
Nice.
Oh,
Yeah, okay. So, like, if you could see into Yara's perspective, like all those chalkboard calculations are happening all around her, right? It's like, okay, well, the berry's good and the water's good and the water comes down from, and you're tracing all of it back, and you realize, or at least you're guessing, that the source of the water must be in this main tower that forms the palace, because you can see it just kind of bowing up and gurgling out the top before leveling down into this cascading canal on top of these magical walls all around Ani, and you can see where it's feeding down, and everything's at a kind of like, so where the mountain is, it's all a slight angle down on the city, so there's this natural fall for the water, and you just kind of like do all the math on it.
Yeah, and this isn't the tower's making. Is that what you're saying? Like,
Well-
can Yara assume that?
All of this could also be generated by the tower, right? But if the tower is creating a certain logical world, this seems to work within that logic as opposed to being directly generated. So let's say that this is all like a giant out of control holodeck, right? If the holodeck made a forest, just like generated a forest in front of you, it would have been that repeating perfect pattern that within it, there's just things that are so perfect that you can pick out little details, because we're just used to seeing patterns. That's what people do, right? We can pick these things out. We might even know exactly what we're looking at, but we know something's off, right? As opposed to here, where it seems like there are certainly things like that. The wall, for instance, like there's the patterns of the brick that repeat and you can kind of pick it out, right? Or there's like these like gargoyle formations that look exactly the same as the ones you just saw here. So there's bits of that, but everything that's been grown within it, all the land, all the buildings seem to have naturally arisen within this artificial world. Is the best way you could figure it out.
All right, last thing, Ashrin, and then I'm giving it to you, okay? Knowing all this, spending the time doing this, I would like to climb the tree, and I would like to take a branch with me.
Okay, sure. So it is a...
So I'd like to snap a branch.
So you don't even have to climb the tree, because remember, again, it's like this center tree, and then it falls out like a wisteria or like a weeping willow, right? And it forms this canopy all around you. So the branches are just at arm's length. So there's like this wall of branches and flowers you walk through to get to the inside under the tree. You just walk up to it and take a branch.
Yeah, so she's going to just snap a tree, and then she's going to...
The tree attacks.
Look.
No, I'm kidding.
Yeah. That's a tree. Oh, my God.
It's beautiful. Like all these pink and purple flowers all along it. It's for as many petals as there are on the ground, it doesn't seem like they've fallen off this tree because every branch is filled with flowers perfectly in bloom.
Not perfect.
But it's not consistently perfect, right?
That's what I'm looking for.
Yeah.
That was what I noticed last time.
Yeah.
Okay. Ashrin, did you want to do something?
Yes. I wanted to sit in the exact same spot I was sitting.
Sure.
And look in the direction where I saw the woman.
Yes.
Is there anyone there?
Okay. You walk up to the tree, you turn with your back to it, you sit down, you look to your left, and Tyr's standing right there. Hello.
Do we see
You
him?
are not
Only
the person I was
Ashrin
expecting.
sees Tyr right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
You are not the person I was expecting.
I am always here. I always walk alongside you.
You have said that before, but I was expecting a woman, not you. Your cookies were lovely, by the way.
Why, thank you.
Can we hear her talk?
Yes, you can hear Ashrin talk. So Ashrin's just like,
no worries.
talk, like is looked to her left and is talking to someone who clearly is not there.
And jumped.
Yes, right, and was startled by them.
I'm not going to interrupt.
Yeah.
Diamond and Yara just share a look like, oh no.
This
First one to go.
isn't real, right?
What do you mean, my child? Everything is real. You're real.
This Ani is not real.
There are many realities. And...
This is not the Ani I know.
Oh, no. No, my child. This is not your Ani. This is an Ani.
Are we still in the Union?
Yes and no. Are you within the walls of the building you stepped into? No. Are you still within the divine energies Ani generates? Yes. But you're on the path. You're on the path out.
To where?
Out?
To out?
Isn't that what you
Where
want?
do we go from here?
That is up to you. Your path that you forge will either lead you out or not. But I believe, now that I've shown you the door, it will. But you have to trust yourselves and the friends you've come here with.
What do you mean the door?
Well, when I showed you the book, my child, you stepped into the reality that the Union has made around it.
And if we follow this reality, we will get out?
That is my hope, yes. I said there's a very good chance.
What about the lady I saw who was over there?
Well, you will see many things. I don't know her personally.
So what do we do from here?
I do not know. All I
Were
know...
those other demigods?
Oh, them, and looks over. Nope, those are the new gods. Well, some of them anyway. Hello.
Diamond, Yara.
New me is over there, in fact. The new god of travel's right over there.
I'm going to start, like, reaching for my friends. Desperately going,
Who's
guys,
closest to Ashrin right now?
Guys.
Yes.
Okay, so Ashrin grabs Diamond, right? And as soon as she grabs you, you can see Tyr as well. Like you feel like this wave of energy wash out from you from Ashran, and you hear a pluck of a harp, just kind of like ever present somewhere behind you, and you can see Tyr. Oh,
Yeah,
He says they're new gods.
they are new
Those
gods.
people
Yes.
on the barge.
grandfather from before. New gods. One moment.
Can you see him?
Oh yes,
I can see him.
I can
One
see
second.
you all.
She's
Oh,
gonna
I'm
reach
gonna
out
go
and
and
like, grab
touch.
Yara.
I'll touch everyone else.
Right, so you have to be in contact with them.
Oh,
If you
okay.
break
So
contact,
I'm gonna daisy chain. I
I'll
just reach over
I'll
and
touch
grab
both
Yara.
of them,
All right.
and then like Amity, Mags, come over here quick.
put like a hand on your
please.
shoulder. You're like all kind of grouped up in this like weird octopus and all staring towards Tyr. But yes, you can all now see Tyr.
Amity comes over and like grabs your shoulder and is like, that lady over there is nuts. Oh
No, no, no,
shit!
Amity.
There's no way you grabbed Ashrin's shoulder. More like her hip.
She's sitting down.
That's fair. That's
I
fair.
was sitting down.
Oh, speak of the devil, and he arrives.
So he says those are new gods, but we're
Yes.
on our way out.
Oh,
It's
I
too
knew I
much.
had a
Maybe
feeling.
she's not crazy.
I had a feeling about
It's a little
this.
too much.
Wait, is this
Okay.
about the
She
new
said
gods?
Let's
they
just-
broke the world.
Well, he
Yes.
says that when we jumped through the book, it was on our way out, and we have to go through here to get out.
Oh no.
Tyr, I have a
Uh,
question.
Yes,
And these are new gods.
A very important question. I would
Thank
love
you
a
for that
specific
follow.
answer to.
of course.
How long after we enter the Union does it take for these new gods to appear?
In this reality, or in your reality,
Oh, I can't even begin. Pick one because I can't even begin to answer that question.
oh, it's so hard for me to look at the individuals. I see the
Our
paths, you
reality.
understand.
On average.
On average,
it.
it's about 100 years after the destruction of the world, and that would happen about 20, 50, maybe 100 years after you all... First one's in the Union, right? Roughly?
Second.
Second,
I think.
third, around there? Yes. So about
Second round.
150, 200 years, around there. Hope that helps.
So this reality is not our reality?
Well, you are here, therefore it is your reality.
I'm going to sit down.
Diamond
Magnuson.exe
nods like
has
this makes
crashed.
sense.
Yeah, Yara's
Magnuson.exe has crashed.
Yara's brain broke.
Diamond's handling all this surprisingly
So-
well. She's just like soaking in information. It's just like, okay, so the gods die one day, and then we have new gods, and this is a potential reality
So-
where these new gods are coming into their own power and establishing themselves.
So should we talk to them?
Does it matter?
I asked him where we go from here, but he didn't say.
Any
I
thoughts,
can't
buddy?
really say. I can't tell you where to go. I can see many paths for you, but I cannot choose which one is the right one for you.
Is the path with the
Maybe-
new gods helpful?
Maybe if we talk to the new god of travel, he'll be more useful.
That's a good question. You know what? I'm going to have Tyr roll.
Has 35 because he's a god.
Yeah, right?
Because Tyr said he's the old god of travel. What if the new god of travel has new information?
I imagine the new gods suck just as much as the old.
I mean, fair.
Consistent.
But what if the new gods are cool?
That's a 13.
That is a 13 plus 7. Okay, so
Yep.
Tyr
It's a
thinks
six.
for a moment.
I want to meet my new mom, dad.
Right. So Tyr thinks for a moment, and as Tyr's thinking, like, Tyr begins to glow. And then Tyr sits on a stump and puts his hand on his chin, and for a good minute is thinking, and there's like a plant will grow and die, a stone path will appear and vanish, all kind of in the immediate vicinity of him. And he's sitting there, and his eyes are like his eyes are shut. You can see them flickering back and forth as if he was deep in REM. And then eventually he opens his eyes.
Examining each reality.
It will help. But maybe not you.
It will help not us, or it will help if we don't.
Maybe not us,
It will help.
but it will help someone.
It will help someone.
Yes.
I
Uh,
am so angry
little ball of rage.
I
Uh,
literally am going to kill you and anybody else that touches me in the next 10 minutes.
Oh, okay. Because I was about to say Yara would like
I was
stroke
gonna
her
say, I
back.
think we're touching each other right now.
Yeah, you all are
that you
gripped
can
to each
see
other.
us.
so
You're saying this out of a pile of people.
Yeah, well, like, I mean, they don't count. The puppy pile doesn't count.
new gods helpful? Yes.
Some of them, yes.
Which
The ones in city helpful?
the ones on the barge?
Do magic 8-balls exist in this world? Because Amity was about to crack a joke about them, but I figure they don't exist yet.
I mean, they believe they are helpful, and they are very much trying to help.
Okay,
I think-
I'm walking away. I can't handle this conversation. Amity just walks away.
So you walk away, and as you walk, you're kind of walking like further in, so more towards the canal. And as you do, you hear a roar. Just this deep, explosive, rumbling roar that makes you almost want to grab the road in front of you. And this creature lifts up from behind the houses, and water is pouring off it. It's got the head of a dragon and the back of a turtle, probably 50 feet tall, and lets out this roar. And then there's an explosion, and fire just rips out in front of you, and just this big, huge burst of flame somewhere from the river. People are screaming and yelling, and we're going to take a short break before we
thank
come
God.
back for the finale. So
boy.
everyone grab a glass of water, and let's hope you all survive. See you in a minute.
Okay.
Holy fuck!
Holy fuck.
I had one question, but I wasn't able to get it. and that's-
I always thought we'd fuck up the timeline, but really.
right, so you hear this roar of this dragon turtle as its head appears above the houses further towards the canal. What are you all doing?
I was about to ask a question to Tyr, but I feel like I get interrupted.
Well, Tyr looks up and admires the dragon turtle with the rest of you, smiles and nods, and then looks back at you.
Could we go help?
Amity's kind of run back to you guys now and is like, are we going or what?
What was that? Oh, do we see it's a dragon turtle?
You definitely see it's a dragon turtle, yeah.
Do I know it's a beast?
Yeah, you would know it's a beast. You would definitely know it's a beast. I think that's fair.
I can go talk to it.
I mean, it looks pissed, but
try
sure.
that.
Yeah, I'm gonna get up and go try to talk to it.
Okay, all right.
We should
So
all go together.
yeah, I mean,
It's
you
a
have
big
to like
city.
you have to go through a lot of people, and there's a lot of crowd. Like it's going to take you a little while to get there, but yeah, you can start making
I
your
have
way
35
towards.
feet move, so dash 70 feet.
Yeah, it's gonna take a bit for you to get there, but like, are you all running as a group towards the canal?
Yeah, because I can. My speed is only 25, but I can use my bonus action to dash as well.
Also, you guys aren't really moving more than that right now because you're moving through difficult terrain. There's just people everywhere. Some are running from the canal. Some are just running in all directions. You're trying to stay together.
Freaking out.
Yeah. So
Mags and Ash could clear the way.
yeah, that's
Yeah, I wanted to ask if I could do something a little shenanigan-y.
true. Okay.
Which is, again, like kind of go in front of Yara and try with like my dodginess to try and like clear a path, not necessarily bashing people out of the way because people are panicking and I don't want to knock them over and get trampled.
But you're
So what
you're
I'm
basically
do
trying
is
to direct
show
people.
Yara a way to slip through a crowd. which
Go
is
ahead
something that
and
Amity
roll
would be
me.
good at.
Roll me either persuasion or survival.
Oh, not something Dexy? That's what I'm going for. I'm going for
Okay. But how
You
are you?
know-
That works for you. But how is that helping out everyone else around you?
like just Yara.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Okay, just Yara.
Just
okay.
Yara.
Yeah, go ahead and roll
I'm
me
just
a
right in front of Yara, basically with her, but like pulling her through little cracks to try
Sure.
and reduce the amount of difficult terrain.
Okay, then either roll me a stealth or roll me a dexterity save.
I think they're the same.
Probably.
So we'll roll stealth.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm rolling
See,
so bad.
you are. Yeah, it's tough. I mean, there's just too many needs. There's too many people. Like, you're keeping her from getting trampled and yourself from getting trampled, but you guys aren't making any better progress.
That's my second two
Yeah.
I was gonna say
out of two rolls.
Yeah, right.
Which is
I
the
know
worst
how
for
Ashley
you
felt
because it's like it
the first
steals the
day.
ability to re-roll it, but it still sucks.
Well, actually, I can. I also have luck points.
Right.
I actually
true.
will use a luck point.
There you go. There you
Because
go.
I'm lucky and have.
Yeah. You're
Two different lucky
you just basically just warp reality all around you all the time. Do whatever the fuck you want.
All you need
Yeah.
to go is a couple levels into Divination Wizard for Portent, and
Right.
you're good.
All right. So no, it just sucks with
Well,
your 4.
that's still a 12, though.
Yeah.
You understand? I have a lot to add to it. I have a plus
Yeah,
8, so
again,
it's still a 12.
You're not getting trampled. You're keeping the whole group together. So you've succeeded in all that, but you're still moving at the same rate. But you're moving
See.
together, right? Yeah. So eventually you like break through like out of the area that, this outdoor tier pavilion was onto a main road where all the traffic's coming your way, but you're able to kind of weave your way through. And then that opens up into parkland that surrounds the canal. And what you're looking at is this dragon turtle in the middle of the canal who has leaned up and roared and now has turned to its side as this boat is approaching it, and there's soldiers on board the boat with crossbows who are now firing at it, and they're going plink, 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 and some of them stick, but most of them just kind of bounce off him. And he turns, and steam roars out of the sides of his mouth and explodes forward and just cooks the dudes on this boat. The whole thing is blasted to the side. The sails rip open. Who doesn't get cooked alive gets blown off it, and the boat rocks back and forth with a huge crack down the middle and seems to be sinking.
Yara turns to Amity and says, "Hey, want to see something cool?
Always.
All right. I would like to parkour
Oh, hold on.
over to get on top of the dragon turtle.
He's too far out in the canal. Like no matter how.
So there's not
he's not like against the edge.
Ship to ship.
No, I mean, like there was one ship near him and he just cooked it. So no, you can't really get there'd be no way to like jump out to him. But you could get higher up if you wanted to.
I need to be.
Yara, before you go.
Yeah. Well, yeah. What are you gonna do, Ashley, as you grab Yara's sleeve?
Yeah, I was going to. So Yara's wearing like a patchwork vest.
Okay.
I was gonna trace the lines of the patches on Yara's back and cast heroism.
Yeah, totally, 100%. How does that manifest?
Well, I think it's extra hit points, so it's extra armor, so it's like filling the gaps.
Sure.
In
and maybe toughening the fabric, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah, making it more resilient, where like a knife could have cut through it, now it'll just bounce off, that kind of thing.
Yes, there's less places that things can get through.
Yeah, cool, awesome.
How much HP, out of curiosity? How much HP? Temp
HP? It says you're immune to being frightened, and you gain temporary hit points equal to my spellcasting ability at the start of each of your turns. So that's
it's going to be your ability modifier. So whatever your charisma is, because you're a bard.
Oh, so 4 temp HP at each turn.
Okay, well that's nice. Okay, so I can't get out there. Okay, then. So again, I'm sorry. You said already how far out. How far out would you say that the dragon turtle is from?
56
like 100 feet?
Yeah. So like each section of the canal is 100 feet wide. So there's 100 feet on each side. And there's like this center area. The creature has got like one paw against this center area and is like leaning, like kind of pulling itself up and out of the water and roaring. And so it's like in that middle area. It's about 90 feet away from you.
Okay, 90 feet. Dang, that's twice as far as I can jump.
It's far. It's a big canal.
Yeah. I don't really have much I can do.
You could call it.
Well, yeah, other than shout at it. So
so
it's a thing you could do.
Actually, I would like to shout at it.
Okay.
And because of my Sylvan speech, I can speak to animals.
Yep.
Always. And I would like to say I would like to like invoke the power of the Fae when I speak to it.
Sure.
Something that I feel like all creatures kind of respect, even if they, I don't know. I don't know how you do it in your world.
Sure.
Anyways, but I would like to just say to it, by the power of, and I at the current moment forgot my mother's name.
Sure. By the power of Mom. Right?
By the power of Mom.
Yeah.
My mom said.
Explain yourself before you continue.
All right. Just as you kind of you have this like empowered heroism now. You're not afraid of this thing, this giant thing that you very much should be afraid of, but you're not. And you kind of stand up tall and like get on top of a wagon, and you're ready to shout at this hey, you monster! You cut it out, right? And just as you're about to do that, a wall explodes about 200 feet to your right, and this golden construct, 25 feet tall, shimmering gold painted stone is what it looks like, or maybe it's gold metal that's like roughly hewn, but it's all like its head moves, its eyes move, its fingers move. It explodes out of the wall and it's charging down the street, so it's going to cross directly in front of you, and it's chasing a halfling. In front of you, Urlock is now turned again, and there's another ship like kind of off to its side that's trying to pull away, but Urlock is getting ready to clearly blast that ship as well. And they're kind of like diverging right in front of you and heading east and west. I need you to roll initiative first, and then I need you to decide what you're doing. Yeah, sure, go ahead.
So with the sandworm, I could tell that the Union was controlling it.
Yes.
Is anything controlling this dragon turtle?
So these things are not directly, they're not being puppeted like the worm was, right?
Okay.
These things exist within the simulation. So everything in some form is being controlled by magical code, but they seem to have autonomy within that system. So there's no, you could try.
I don't think I could wrest the control away like I did with the... Okay.
Maybe not as easily.
Okay.
Right? Because like without that direct link that was established for that person to control that sandworm, right? It would be a little harder. Not impossible. You could certainly do it, but it does feel like whatever connection you could feel before, whatever strand that was there is much, much weaker. All right, so everyone roll me initiative. Yeah.
I will write this down.
Thank you. And I'll roll one. Oof. Guys are rolling some tough ones here. All right.
Oof.
Yeah.
Except for Ashrin, these all suck.
It's because I have a +8.
Yeah,
I
that
I had a
alert feat really
+4
helps.
and it did not help.
Urlock has an 11, and the statue has a 12.
How close is the statue to us?
How close is the statue to you?
Yeah.
So it's like going to come. It's basically crossing in front of your path. So if Urlock is about 200, 300 feet away, the statue is about 150 feet away. So like right in front of you.
Okay.
So starting off the initiative, we have Asher.
All the things I want to do require being closer.
Right.
So I am going to
Bridge with Yara.
Worked last time. What could possibly go wrong?
Before, but you know.
well, if Yara wants to suggest that, then maybe. But I'm gonna give Magnuson Bardic Inspiration and
On it.
try to move closer to everything that's going on.
Nice. So how does that manifest again with your Bardic Inspiration? What does it look like? You're just kind of touching it, like weaving. They probably even notice, right? You're just gently weaving strands into their shoulder, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think Bardic Inspiration is more of an audio thing as well.
Nice. Okay. Cool. So how would that sound?
It's like just a faint tinkling of like high-end strings.
Cool. Okay. Neat. Just like a little bit of like a plinking on them, kind of.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. Awesome.
Yeah, in the back, so it's a little high that you can barely hear it,
Yeah.
especially over the din of the crowd.
Yeah.
But it's there.
Yeah. All the dogs are like in the area, right? 'Cause all,
Right, exactly. All the dogs now have Bardic Inspiration as well.
all right. Barkic
But who
inspiration.
let these
Yes.
dogs out?
Okay, no, okay, we're gonna have to stop. We're gonna have to cancel the whole stream. Thank you for the follow. All right, Ashford, what else do you want to do besides that? Are there any other actions or movements you can take and want to?
I don't think there's any other actions I can take unless someone has a suggestion. I might
gave
be
mine.
just what?
I gave mine.
Well, okay, so I'll turn to Yara and say, do you want to try to wrestle this thing away from the Union?
I think I can get it to listen to me.
Do you want help?
Yeah.
Okay. So I will try to bridge with Yara on her turn, I think? How
Yes,
does
you have
that
to
work
wait until
in
Yora's
combat?
turn. Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah, so you basically hold
So
your
I'll hold
action.
action.
Exactly. Okay. Who's next?
Next up, it's
As
either
Mags.
Mags. Okay.
Yeah, I think it's Mags. Then Urlock.
No,
No, it's the
it's-
statue. Sorry, I lied.
Yeah,
Right,
the statue and Diamond have a
I had
tied
to-
initiative.
Oh,
At
then
12.
Diamond probably has. I skipped the 12s and went straight to the 11s for some reason.
Yeah, so Diamond and or the statue.
I would say Diamond would go first. Diamond's faster
So
than
Diamond.
the statue.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Diamond's looking around. She sees this giant statue that is also apparently causing problems, and sees the big, dragon turtle who is obviously causing problems. Yara seems really like I've got that. I can do that. She seems to have a plan and all that. Diamond's just gonna quickly look back at everyone and just say, I don't know what that is, but I'm going to go take care of it. And she's going to go after the statue because that falls within her area of expertise.
Right.
She's
Okay.
I don't know what it is, but I've dealt with that before. I have one, and I've done other stuff. That's
Yeah.
my wheelhouse.
Okay.
So,
Well, it's running parallel to the canal, and you're running towards the canal. So you'll be approaching each other. You could make a full movement to get to it. What are you trying to do exactly?
Let's see.
Also, the Twitch stream is having issues.
I saw
don't know
that.
if there's anything we can do to fix that.
Sadly,
Yeah, that might
no.
be
It all looks
unfortunate.
good on my end. Like I'm not dropping any frames whatsoever, so it must be
Okay.
on their
yeah,
end.
it's
Sadly,
having a hard time right now.
that is a bummer. Well, hopefully the export stream will be fine. So
Yeah.
we'll just keep an eye on
And
it.
Twitch can be stuttery like that sometimes because there's like a priority system on whether or not you're an affiliate and stuff. So.
Sure. Yeah. No, I'm seeing it kind of freeze up on my end too. Well, hopefully
Yeah.
the recording's okay. We'll see what happens.
It should be. The previous stuff, I've had that happen where I tried to like watch stuff like as it was happening and it wouldn't. When you go back for the video on demand, it's fine.
Okay.
So,
Excellent.
yeah.
Excellent. All right.
It's just a streaming issue, nothing more.
Sure. Okay. Well, good. Good for that then. Then, sorry, who was next?
So it's me. I'm still trying
Yes.
to figure out what to do here because I'm that
Right.
robot.
Right.
So, that's a good question. Well, you said it's like chasing this halfling, right?
Yeah. So as you're watching, in front of you has been a move towards it, right? It's running forward. The halfling runs up on top of like a watermelon wagon, right? And you're like, ha, you can't get me. And like the thing goes to clamp its hands around it. And just before it grabs this halfling, there's a bamf of this purple and pink divine energy. And the halfling vanishes and reappears about 100 feet away. It's like, ha, and keeps running. And the thing goes bolting after him.
Okay, in that case, she's going to be like working in tandem to try and like keep pace with more of the halfling here because it's obvious this thing is orienting on him.
Sure.
And like she's running along. Her plan is I'm going to mitigate the obvious collateral damage that is going to be happening from this because I don't think I can catch that guy when he can boop boop.
Sure.
Like that's beyond me. But I can mitigate what this thing is doing.
If you double moved and cut to the right, or sorry, and if you double moved and cut to the left, you could get in between, like get halfway between this halfling and the golden construct. So like get in front of it that way.
Yeah.
But you have to double move.
Well, I'm a tabaxi then.
That's right. So you can
I have
sprint.
free light agility, which lets me just double my movement for a turn.
Nice. Okay, so you're just like jumping on boxes and scampering around on like hands and knees.
just
Right?
like immediately on all fours.
Yeah.
Like, no cares in the world there.
So you are now in between the path. This golden construct is storming now towards you, and the halfling is running that way.
Diamond's gonna get this thing's attention. Yeah, no. So she like scrambled up in the way of this thing. She just reaches back into her bag and is gonna pull out her slingshot, and she's not even like looking to do damage to this thing. She's just gonna get its attention because, it's like that guy might be able to like get away and stuff like
Sure.
that. But like it's obvious that he's maybe not paid as much attention to like what it's destroying along the way.
Right.
So she's like, I'm gonna take this somewhere where there aren't people, so it's not doing that and like causing infrastructure destruction and maybe hurting people.
Okay.
So
Roll
she's
to
gonna pull out
hit
her
it then.
slingshot,
Yeah.
just take a shot at this thing. It doesn't matter whether or not it actually deals damage. She just needs to plink it to get its attention.
Just gotta hit it.
What do we got? Oof, that's pretty
A lot
bad.
of twos today. Hold
Yeah.
on.
Lot of twos.
So it hits, right? But like just on like the edge of its shoulder and doesn't seem to grab its attention. It's still like it's barreling towards you, but its eyes are over you and staring past you.
Okay. Yeah. That's all my actions. I'm out there. That's
Were
what I can do.
you are it to the rest of you, it looks like this thing's gonna run Diamond down.
Unfortunately, it goes next.
Right, and it does indeed go next. So it's just gonna charge right through your path. So Diamond, I need you to make a dexterity save.
Sure. It's better than the two. Still not great.
All right. So unfortunately, you go to dodge out of the way and just get caught by its shin and are almost kind of kicked off to the side, right? Like you carry a good 10 feet and then crash through some barrels. And I would like you to take, well, not like you to take, but you're going to have to take.
Yeah.
It did not work because I'm dumb. Sorry. All right, there we go. You take 11 points of damage as you're booted into an alley and crash through these barrels. Yeah. You just see the raccoon get kicked by this giant statue as it storms on past.
It's fine, maybe.
Who's up?
Next, it would be
Mags.
me.
There goes my no damage run of Godsfall. Darn.
So how far is the halfling from me?
So the halfling is now basically ran and is just disappearing around a corner. So they're already out of your line of view, about maybe 200 feet.
Oh Jesus, that's way too far away. And the statue's just barreling towards him.
Correct, running after him.
Okay, so quick point of order: do I see the man on fire and/or the man in purple floating around anywhere?
Oh, so
In the crowd.
they're in the canal, but they're further down. So as you
further
got
down.
closer to it, you got less of a view on it, and you can't see them right now. You can see off in the distance above some of the houses, like a purple glow of energy and an occasional gout of flame that rockets up
Okay.
towards the heavens. So they're there-ish, right?
Ish.
Yeah.
And then how far is this dragon turtle? It's what, 60
So
feet into the canal?
If Doro's 200 feet that way, the dragon turtle is about 200 feet this way. So it kind of forms a V in front of you, and they're both kind of a bit of a distance away.
Well, I'm like 3 turns out of commission, then that sucks.
Now, however,
Everything's too far away
Yeah.
for me to cast a spell at.
the dragon turtle is turning our way, and you can see, and like its maw is, like you can see steam roiling and gathering within it, right? And it looks like it's going to blast this boat, which is in front of you. And judging by what it just did, it's also going to hit everything in a cone right along the edge of the canal in front of you. And you can see several people. Actually, roll me a perception. Let's see what you
Okay.
see.
Come on, high roll, high roll. Yeah, that's what we like.
Okay, so in front of
That's a
you,
20 total.
2 guards, right down by the edge of the river. There's also 2 kids that have been were playing near the canal and have now grabbed each other and are kind of frozen. And they're both within reaching distance, but you can only get to one of them.
I'm gonna get to the kids,
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
and I'm gonna try to either scoop them up and take them out of harm's way, or be a physical shield.
You can get to the kids and basically throw your shield up and use it to block them, but you won't be able to
Okay.
run out with them in time.
That's fine. I'm happy to do that.
Okay, so you run
Alright.
up, you just kind of
this is gonna hurt.
slide down and throw your whole shield, like almost like where it's like on your back, and you're now like over the kids to like maximize as much area as you can. I assume Urlock is next. Yeah.
Yeah.
Next.
There
Probably true.
is.
As I'm just telling them, it's gonna be okay. It's gonna be okay.
It's going to be just fine. And then there's this roar as Urlock explodes with steam and nails you head on. And you're going to have to.
Oh, this is gonna hurt.
It's not going to feel good.
Okay. Just roll that. Just roll the damage.
Yep. Okay, so
Oh
The
god,
Band-Aid
that's a
off.
lot
Oh,
of dice.
God.
I would like you to
So
make a
many dice.
Constitution save, please.
Oh, luckily I'm halfway decent at those. Come on, come on. 14.
Okay. now
You
you-
have
inspiration,
bardic
you have inspiration.
inspiration.
Oh, roll that fucking Bardic Inspiration.
Oh yeah, and a D6 of bardic inspiration.
Ooh, a 20.
All right,
Finally, a good roll.
finally, give me that D6 and let's see if you get past its difficulty here.
Where'd it go? So 16.
Oh, you just got it. Okay, yeah. So you
Oh.
take 15 points of damage as you're able to get the shield in between them. So the shield takes the blast, but it superheats and just scalds your whole forearm. And the kids are screaming, but they're protected. The 2 soldiers, not so much, and they pretty much just get cooked within their armor.
Hey.
Bardic inspiration for the win.
Bardic
done.
inspiration, really, for the win.
Yeah, that would not have
Makes
been
all the
great.
difference.
That hurt.
Yeah, it
I'm
still hurt.
okay,
Yeah.
but that hurts.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Magnus is
Amity's
not
a
looking
little-
great.
A little cooked, too.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, you got hit too? Oh, right, because you ran up as well. Yeah, so you're able to.
Right.
Wait, don't you have uncanny dodge?
Oh, shit, I did!
Right, so
And
you
I
would roll your
did.
dodge,
No
not your.
damage.
Yeah, so you take no damage whatsoever. You're able to like leap out of the way and dive behind an overturned cart, but unfortunately, Magnuson takes the full blast.
Yeah.
So we
And
were
it
in that
sucks
together.
more because I'm in metal armor.
Oh no!
Yeah, it's not great. So who's up next?
It's me.
Best tea kettle impersonation.
It's gonna be Amity.
Yeah. So Amity looks at Mags, Asher, and Yara and is like, "You guys got this," and just pelts it after Diamond because Diamond's on her own.
Yeah.
And so is going to full movement and bonus action.
Right.
Which gets me
Little teeny
50
legs just
feet.
flying, absolutely flying,
Yeah.
like this little blur.
What do I see? What do I see when I run 50 feet?
So when
before I
you-
decide if I keep running.
If you run out, so you're running out forward, you can see the halfling vanish to the west. To the west. I'm sorry. You can see the halfling vanish to the left. I don't know if it's west.
Yeah.
I'm so confused now. And you
You're
can
good.
see the big golden moving statue, run in front of you. You can see the dragon turtle now moving towards the edge of the canal closest to you as you get there. So those are your options, I would say, right now.
How far away from me is the construct?
The construct is about 50 feet, and the dragon
If
turtle
I
is about
run
100.
50 feet, it's still 50 feet.
Oh, I see what
more
you're
away.
saying. Were you trying to intercept it? If you chose to intercept it, you could on
I
this
was
round.
running towards it. I ran 50 feet.
Sure. Then you are like basically coming right up on its heel as it stomps down in front of you.
Yeah, and it's just, I've seen it kick Diamond.
Yes.
It's right there. It's right in front of me. I've seen the halfling, who I do not know the name of,
Correct. Yes.
Even though- Aram said
disappear.
Yes.
How far away from me is the halfling that's running away?
This just vanished around a corner to your left, maybe 200 feet away. Well, actually, about 150 feet away since you ran at 50.
Yeah, I yelled, "Fuck you!" after that guy.
Fuck you too!
I
would.
jump on the construct's back,
Right.
and what I'm going to try to do is I would like to. This is so dumb.
You could've
Yeah,
run
it
the
sounds
I wanna
really dumb.
bridge with the construct.
Wow, that's dumber than I thought. I was like, this is going to be dumb. And then you were like, I want to do something dumber. Okay, so there's going to be a couple rolls here. The first roll I'm going to need you to do is an acrobatics roll to get up and onto the
Yeah,
construct.
That's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair. So I'm gonna do that first. Acrobatics.
I mean, you know what happened when Demrin tried to bridge with the temple, right?
No, because it hasn't
I
happened yet.
do. Oh no, that's bad.
You wanna
That's
use
already
another-
bad.
That's not great. It's might
Well,
want
like okay, but I'm just trying to jump up. I just need to touch it. I don't need to be doing anything fancy.
Well, you
I
need
just
to touch it and get a hold of it. Otherwise, you're just going to get knocked aside. You got to like land on it and hold on for a second. So that's
that's
not going to cut it. Would you like to spend a luck point?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll spend-
You like as you're going in, you're like, oh, like you did not judge this jump well. But
Yeah,
There we
that's a
go.
22.
yep, but you're
So-
able just to flick yourself around in midair and land on like its like shin, and you're just gripped onto its shin like you're holding onto a tree.
Yeah, and
Except you're not really around it. You're kind of like on the edge because it's so big. You're so little.
I'm gonna try and bridge with it, I guess.
All right. I would like you to roll your. What exactly are you trying to do by bridging
So
with it?
okay,
Just
what
make
I
a
want to
connection?
do is I want to bridge with it so that I can redirect its attention from that random ass halfling who's causing chaos
Right.
to dragon turtle.
Okay. Okay. First
Actually,
of
we
all,
think along the same lines
that's
here.
smart. Roll me a divinity roll, just a straight divinity roll, to see if you can see how well
So
you can
that's
bridge.
just my dex, no proficiency, or do I get my proficiency?
It's your
Yeah, it's
dex
proficiency.
and your proficiency plus a d20.
Plus a d20?
Yeah. So
So
you're rolling.
D20.
But the
So-
D20
Oh, it's okay. Yeah,
You're
and
rolling
then
a
I
check.
roll a
Your dex.
d20.
Yeah.
plus-
Exactly.
sorry.
Yeah. Not this, and then another d20.
Yeah, you threw me there for a second. Oh my god, why?
Would you
Okay,
like?
I'm gonna use my last luck point of the day.
Fair
so if anybody
enough.
else fucks up, then I'm sorry. This is my Hail Mary.
Unless it's a 1, in which case you get to roll again.
Thank you for that follow-up.
15.
That's a 15 total.
15.
I don't. If I roll ones, it doesn't count. The
Sure.
one thing only.
Oh, that's right.
Swapped
Right.
it in my divinity, so it only works for you guys.
Which is really
Well,
sweet.
your
And
normal
cool.
halfling luck will kick in.
Yeah.
No, that's what I did. I switched
Oh,
it around.
Thank you for hosting.
Remove it then. Okay.
So here's what happens: you flip around in
Yeah.
midair, you get the grip on the shin, but you have to kind of like climb up it. It's harder to form a connection because you're struggling so hard. But suddenly, it's like there's a thump in your chest, and you can feel it. Like you get drug into it. You're connected to this thing. This thing has one goal, and it's to get a stone ball that is in that halfling's bag, and you can see it in this creature's mind's eye, this reddish, perfectly smooth marble. And you can see the creature under the streets somewhere deep within this old forgotten tomb, and it's kneeling down and its hands are out and it's holding this large, slowly spinning reddish marble, perfectly polished, perfectly carved. And it's just sitting there for eternity until there was a crack of light and this little halfling steps into that crack of light, and then you're back where you were. So the thing isn't moving. It's not changing direction whatsoever. You're just kind of on for the ride. It's still ignoring you.
Do I feel like I can communicate with it now, though?
It doesn't really have language. There's no there. It's like
with my 15 attempt at bridging,
I hear what you're saying.
I can communicate an idea to it.
It's like being trying to talk to a door. Like it has a function, but communicating with it doesn't seem to help.
Okay, because what I was trying to do is kind of basically say, I will catch the halfling.
Right.
You stop.
Yeah, I mean,
I'll get the halfling if you stop the dragon turtle.
Yeah, it's kind of like saying I'll open the door if you like you can't talk to it. Like it doesn't, you know what I mean? It doesn't really communicate with you. You could try next round because you have the connection. It's there. It's not going away.
Yeah.
You could try next round to interrupt it, but you can't really give it a command because it doesn't listen to commands. It has function. If that
all right,
makes
but
any
I'm still
sense.
going to hold on. I'm just going for a ride.
Well, you better, because it would hurt if you fell at this point.
Yeah,
all right.
So I was like, guess I'm going for a ride.
Yep. So Amity and the golden statue are going that way. Who's next?
Yara.
Go ahead and roll your divinity, Ashrin.
Yep.
And don't forget, you still have one more inspiration.
So you two, so Ashrin and Yara are forming a bridge in order to?
Clarify the rules of bridging. I could cast a spell 2 levels higher, correct?
Correct. So because it's 2 of you, right? This is how it works. So there's 2 of you bridging. You can either both empower each other and have like slight advantages, or one of you can become a battery for the other and boost them 1 level. So you'd be doing things at 1 level higher than you, both divinity and magic, if Ashrin chose to empower you.
Yeah, I think that's what Ashrin is going to do. She'll also do Bardic Inspiration on Yara. And basically, so I think she's figured out that Yara wants to communicate with this thing.
Sure.
And so she is going to put her energy into the tether between Yara and this thing.
Okay.
And try to make it stronger and thicker and more powerful.
Okay. Excellent. So have you two formed a bridge before?
Nope.
No.
So I'd like you to both roll your divinities.
Okay. Mine is wisdom based, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Pretty good.
Okay. It's gone well so far. Yeah. No, I mean, like you reach, like your hands connect, and you're like you kind of feel almost in the darkness for a moment for that connection, and then all of a sudden, like Ashrin just comes through. Like there's this bright beam, this bright strand of light directly in front of you. Like if you both reached out to grab each other's hands, you actually grab this string of divine energy between the two of you, and you feel fully empowered. What is it that you wanted to do?
I wanted, so in the realm of this, I kind of imagine like her nature and her like fayish presence kind of gets amplified.
Right.
And it to something that she's not ever used to before. So I would like to, if I can, I was hoping I could use, kind of upgrade my, sorry, I had it on the wrong page.
That's okay.
My spirit totem.
Okay.
A little bit.
Okay.
So it's kind of combining the spirit totem with the spell summon, what's it called? Summon bestial spirit.
Okay.
Or summon bestial spirit. And it has a stat block and it can do some stuff. But I was hoping I could summon Zaya, the unicorn.
Okay.
To help.
Okay. So basically, you're just standing there. Ashrin is standing directly behind you with one hand like in the middle of your shoulder, giving you all of this strength, and from behind you, this well of divine energy in the form of a unicorn. Its hooves kind of fall over you as its horn fires this bolt of divine energy directly towards this dragon turtle, and it strikes it in the chest, but doesn't impact it. It just kind of flows all around it, and then this energy breaks apart into 1,000 butterflies as they all wrap around the dragon turtle, and it seems kind of drawn towards you, and the steam hisses from the side of its mouth, but it doesn't attack, and its eyes don't have that anger that they had just a moment ago, and it leans down and is looking directly at you.
So I have his attention now?
You definitely have their attention, yes.
Okay. Could I try and speak to it again, or is that another turn?
No, you can now speak. You can say like a short thing to it, yeah. Something that would fit within 6 seconds.
By the power of my mother, be calm and go.
Okay. And Urlak kind of like frowns and looks at you, and I would like you to roll persuasion.
Persuasion?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Trying to get to do a thing. It's listening.
Yeah. Anything I could add to that? Nope. It's just persuasion.
Yep.
I wish you were 10 feet. Let's see.
You
That's
also
an
have
8.
Bardic Inspiration.
Oh,
I don't
I
know
do.
if you want to use the D6.
I really do.
Mhm.
I really, really do.
I would really like this dragon turtle to not kill us.
It would help, right?
Hey,
Nice.
14.
14. Okay. So the dragon turtle kind of like leans back up and is still looking at you with kind of like a furrowed brow as if they're trying to make a decision. And in that moment, there is an explosion above you, this huge flash of green light as a single meteor crashes down just outside of Ani, and this explosion of water fires up. A moment later, a man dressed in armor, carrying a shield, goes soaring up towards the sky as a larger meteor descends towards Ani. He pulls up his shield at the last moment. It strikes him and explodes, just blocking all of your view with this flash of light. And as it fades, there's no man and there's no more meteor. And for a moment, there's quiet. And then Urlak roars again. And we're going to hold right there. Thank you all for joining us for this week's Escape the Union. I have had an incredibly fun time with all of you doing incredible damage to my past world. And next week, we're going to have a special guest. And that's all I'm going to say for right now. Sorry, next time.
I'm excited for whatever that is.
Yeah,
not next week, but next time. Yeah.
Next frame of time in which we play, we will have a special guest. And let's go around and introduce ourselves one more time, starting with Amity.
Hi, I'm Orla. My pronouns are she, her. And I'm playing Amity, the demigod of clinging on for dear life.
And then let's go to Diamond.
Hi, I'm James. My pronouns are he, him, and I'm playing Diamond, the demigod of getting kicked into the trash where I belong.
Right. The demigod of returning you home. Now, Magnuson.
Hi, I'm Chris. My pronouns are he, him, and I'm playing Magnuson, the demigod of third-degree burns.
Yara.
Hi, I'm Tyler. My pronouns are he, him. I'm playing Yara, the demigod of I think I know what I'm doing, but really I have no idea.
God, same. Okay, and Ashrin.
Hi, my name is Mary. My pronouns are she, they, and I am playing Ashrin, the demigod of Bardic Inspiration.
The most useful demigod ever. All right, excellent. Thank you all so much for joining us. We're sorry there were some issues with the stream this week. I'm going to check on the health of that as soon as we're done. It looks like it was good on our end. Oh, and God, get yourself a Godsfall mask, which I will have a copy of soon and can't wait to wear. But definitely get yourself a Godsfall mask. I'll share that on Twitter as well. So stop by twitter.com/Godsfall or twitter.com/Vardian, and we'll get those links all sent out. Thank you all for joining us this week. We love you, and we will see you all again very, very soon.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Fuck everything.
My Zoom
I'm
background
so
was perfect.
confused. What happened?